February 28, 2019 was the day the Phillies and Bryce Harper formed what should prove to be an amazing long-term union. 13 years, $330 million. And a whole lot of high fives in the city of Philadelphia. You'll likely remember where you were and how you found out about the big news for a long time. Sitting at your desk at work refreshing your browser, reading Jon Heyman tweets. The guy next to you in Wawa yelling at aloud. An all-caps text from your cousin Danny. A phone call from Dad. Sports radio hosts reading tweets on air. Phillies skipper Kapler first found out about the news from the Phillies fans attending the team's spring training game down in Clearwater this afternoon. They were a bit excited. Kapler spoke with reporters following the game and added that, if reports are true, caveat what seemed like a dozen times because the news isn't officially official just yet. We had some fans behind us that were sharing kind of moment-by-moment tweets to us. We were getting, literally like 4 fans right behind where we were sitting, telling us terms, who was tweeting, what, making sure the reports were credible, Kapler told reporters after the game with the Blue Jays ended. It's a huge moment for our baseball team, he said. Bryce Harper will create memories for a long time in Philadelphia. But we'll never forget how we learned about him joining the Phillies today. I'll bet Kapler won't either. How did you first learn about the Bryce Harper signing? Enrico, at the 700 level, February 28, 2019. Click here to download the My Teams app by NBC Sports. Receive comprehensive coverage of your teams and stream the Flyers, Sixers and Phillies games easily on your device. More on the Phillies. With Joel Embiid possessing the greatest injury risk of any superstar, it remains mystifying that the Sixers continue to have trouble finding a consistent backup big man behind him. Center off the bench for the Sixers could be starting around 15 or even 20 times per season given potential rest for Embiid or whenever he's banged up. More importantly, that player may even be getting spot starts in the playoffs, as Ersan Ilyasova and Amir Johnson each started a game against the Heat last April when Embiid was sidelined. Embiid has been out for the Sixers' last 3 games with left knee soreness and will be out once again Thursday night against Oklahoma City. Boban Marjanovic will also be inactive as he deals with a right knee bone bruise, leaving the Sixers with Jess Johnson, Justin Patton and rookie Jonah Bolden as the only available bigs for the team in their matchup with the Thunder. The injury to Marjanovic only highlights this glaring depth issue. Despite putting up Wilt-like offensive numbers in a small amount of minutes throughout his career, he remains a statue defensively, prone to lapses against any big man with any semblance of speed or an outside shot. He's a matchup-dependent player who will be needed against the likes of Marc Gasol in the postseason, but may get run off the court against stretchy bigs in the mold of Al Horford, Brook Lopez and Miles Turner. How did the Sixers go from the team with too many big men, rostering all of Embiid, Nerlens Noel, Jahlil Okafor and Richaun Holmes at one point to this? Poor drafting over the last handful of years is the main culprit. Okafor, the 3rd overall pick in 2015, was a bust from the minute he punched some House of Pain-loving guy in Boston during his rookie campaign. Noel, the 6th overall pick in 2013, and the organization at large seemed to detest one another during his last 2 seasons in Philly, leading to an underwhelming return for a defensively gifted big at the 2017 trade deadline. Holmes, a high second-rounder in 2015, never possessed the defensive awareness that Brett Brown demands from his bigs and he was promptly shipped off to Phoenix without much fanfare this past offseason. Those guys were Sam Hinkie's picks, but Brian Colangelo completely bungling the 2016 and 2017 drafts only made a bad situation worse. The Sixers held 2 late first-rounders in 2016 that they used on Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot and Furkan Korkmaz, respectively. The fact that the Raptors' blossoming young power forward Pascal Siakam was taken 3 spots after TLC and just 1 pick after Korkmaz stings more and more each game. Siakam is a defensive monster with a continuously improving three-point shot who could have worked alongside Embiid to create the league's best defense or functioned as a Draymond Green-like role player alongside Ben Simmons with Embiid on the bench. There's the infamous 2017 case of Anzais Pasechniks, a Latvian big man, who, for reasons I'm still not entirely sure, I've dedicated my Twitter account to slandering. Old Big Collar needlessly traded a future first-rounder from Oklahoma City for the right to move up and select Pasechniks, who is about 5 years away from being 5 years away. For all the talk of Dario Saric never coming over, this is actually the guy who is never coming over. Imagine Darko Milicic with the frame of a greased-up light pole on Broad Street. Imagine Nikola Skaidashvili with a Latvian passport. This is the player Colangelo, through the transitive property of trades, acquired for Jeremy Grant, a small ball big currently guarding every position on the court and knocking down the occasional corner three for the Thunder. Maybe the simplest solution in the meantime is to let Bolden, who has flashed promise at times, go through whatever growing pains that are dissuading Brown from giving him consistent minutes, or to play super small at times with lineups that have Simmons as the team's tallest player on the court. This problem isn't simply going away when Embiid returns to the floor though. While talks of whether the Sixers can re-sign Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris will rightfully dominate this offseason, the team's backup center situations remains an intriguing subplot. Armed with their own first-rounder and two top 35 picks from Chicago and Cleveland, respectively, hitting on one of those selections needs to be a priority for Elton Brand and his front office. Click here to download the My Teams app by NBC Sports. Receive comprehensive coverage of your teams and stream the Flyers, Sixers and Phillies games easily on your device. More on the Sixers. Wayne Simmons came to Philadelphia in the summer of 2011. He has worn orange and black ever since, turning into the quintessential Flyer. So seeing him wear another jersey will be odd. Not long after the Predators acquired Simmons in a trade Monday with the Flyers, Nashville had no 17 in yellow and dark blue. Come and get him. He's available now in the Etnish locker room. I went to the rink this morning for practice and then I was told I wouldn't be practicing. I got a chance to say bye to the boys for a last time. It happened at the last minute of the deadline and I'm kind of overwhelmed right now. As expected, Simmons had an outpouring of support on social media from Flyers fans. Here was some of their reaction on Twitter after a busy trade deadline day. Tough. Relentless. A true leader on the ice. Thank you Wayne Simmons for 8 years with the Flyers and for embodying the city of Philadelphia. Blackheart Orange Heart. Pic.twitter.com/P6GXSquib6, NBC Sports Philadelphia, @NBCSPhilly, February 25, 2019. Pic.twitter.com/AATFYJSBIC, Jakub Voracek, @Jachub, February 25, 2019. 17 will look good on you there at Simmons. 17 you will love the boys and the city. Lose last night, and at Simmons. 17 was there to greet his new teammates. https://t.co/d55CWLBPOD, Nashville Predators, @PreedyNHL, February 26, 2019. Thank you, Wayne. Blackheart Orange Heart. Pic.twitter.com/CBUX2A55Z, NBC Sports Philadelphia, @NBCSPhilly, February 25, 2019. For always being in our corner. Thank you, at Simmons. 17. Pic.twitter.com/X5UXAG, Philadelphia Flyers, @NHL Flyers, February 25, 2019. With toughness and loyalty, Wayne Simmons gave Philadelphia everything he had. This city will always respect that, at John Borg NBC's https://t.co/mrwjhqprgf, NBC Sports Philadelphia, @NBCSPhilly, February 25, 2019. The Wayne Simmons banner already down at the skate zone. Will be strange to see him in Nashville. Super guy who represented the. It's hard to watch my favorite Flyer leave. Twitter.com/uwokwom, Kate Freeze, @KateFreeC Photo, February 25, 2019. Click here to download the My Teams app by NBC Sports. Receive comprehensive coverage of your teams and stream the Flyers, Sixers and Phillies games easily on your device. More on the Flyers.